What's up? It's Greggatron. I want to talk to y'all about marriage real quick. This video is about why do people get married. So I'm not telling y'all to get married or not to get married. If you're married, that's fine. If you're not, that's fine. I just want to know why people do it today in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Because it's like people my age, millennials, some Gen Xers, and the Zs, it's like we see things totally different from the baby boomers and whatnot, right? So I want to know what's the benefit today to get married, right? So the main thing I want to focus on is what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about statistics as far as, you know how they say, based on statistics, it's not going to continue anyway. It's likely to fail. I'm not even going to say that, right? Because you've heard that before. And statistics aren't always. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I know people personally, right, who are young people, my age and younger. They get married, and then within a year or two or three, all hell breaks loose. And then they want a divorce. But it's like when y'all get married, doesn't the pastor or the reverend, whoever, doesn't he say, till death do y'all part? And y'all say, I do, yes, till death do us part. And then crap hits the fan within a year. It's like, one thing is, people don't ask each other the right questions. And everybody gets married, I see, for different reasons. We all know these reasons. I'm not going to go into why they get married because y'all already know why. But, yeah, like I said, they say, I do. And then all hell breaks loose. Oh, I was saying, they don't ask the right questions, right? And these are important questions that need to be asked. So I'll see like an old friend of mine from middle school, high school, whatever. Long story short, she divorced her husband, and the reason was her husband worked too many hours. She said, I never get to see him. The kids don't hardly see him. I'm with the kids all the time, and we never see him, right? And I'm not going to say what he does for a living. I don't want to dox these people. But you knew his job before you married him, right? You knew this. You knew how many hours this man worked before you met him. Before y'all had kids, y'all knew what he was into, what he was working, what he was getting into. Same as you ladies. So my biggest thing is people don't get to know each other before they get married. They just want to get married just for the sake of being married. Because they think it's the right thing to do, right? It's the ideal thing. But we need to unpack that. We need to deconstruct that and construct it and reconstruct it. Because just because your next door neighbor is married, he or she could be miserable. They could be miserable. And people just want to get married, I feel, just to be married. And some people do because they got kids. Some people want to do it just to be stable. Like I said, just to say they're married, to impress other people. Some do it to have a family, which I suppose makes sense. And it's like a competition, like, I want to get married just so I can tell my college buddies or my friends or my coworkers. It's like, nah, man, y'all are getting married for the wrong reasons. All hell is breaking loose in these marriages. The men, well, the husbands, they act like the wives. The wives became the husbands, which that's a totally different video. I mean, the husband is not the head of his wife, and the wife doesn't want to obey her husband. So it's like y'all know all of this beforehand, and y'all get married anyway. Then the kids grow up all screwed up, jacked up, all because y'all wanted to get married. Where a lot of times it's better, yes, if you do have a kid, it's good to be married, but a lot of times if the household is hell, you should probably separate. Because now you're just traumatizing the kid. The kids are going to get traumatized regardless, to be honest. But I hear horror stories like a lady will ask me a personal question and I'll say, "What did your husband say?" And she'll say, "He said no, he's against it. He opposes it." And I'm like, right. So why are you asking me? It's like you just want to bypass what your husband's saying. You just want somebody else to give you that confirmation. Yeah, fine, go ahead. That's fine. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, you're good. But your husband's already against it, ladies. And when you do get married, you're supposed to kind of compromise to a degree, right? You're supposed to kind of concede to one another. But like, I don't see that at all. I just don't see it. And there are a lot of marriages that are quote unquote successful. This video isn't specifically pertaining to you guys. You know how you are. There's some marriages that are kicking ass out there. They communicate, all that. They show affection, quote unquote, to one another. They take care of the household. Bills are getting paid. Kids are getting raised. I just want to know why they get married. Why do you do it? Oh, and then the financial aspect, speaking of bills getting paid, in a lot of cases today, you'll lose money if you get married. If I'm wrong, correct me, please. But I know a guy who, I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. I'm going to send you this video, by the way. I know a guy who his girlfriend lives with him. He's in this pay bracket. She's in this pay bracket. So together they make decent money, right? Whereas if they were to get married, the government would tax the mess out of them because she would be considered like a dependent or whatever. And there's a kid involved. So the kid would be the dependent at least. I don't know if she would. But yeah, it would boost their pay bracket pretty much, that joint income. So in someone like their case, if they were to get married, they're losing money now. So again, what's the benefit? And I was told there was this, I try not to talk about statistics, but there's this one statistic. It's like couples who are married tend to make more money than those who are not married. But I don't even know if that's true. Because depending on what I just said, your joint income, they might tax the mess out of you for that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got situations where, let's say a woman's on government assistance. She knows that she can't even have the man in the home. She would rather not get married because she's losing money, which that's a different topic too. I'm just talking at this point. But yeah, I want to know what y'all think. I want to hear from some Gen Xers, some people in their 40s, 50s. Because today, like, I see, like, people who are married, and it's cool that they're married because they're living it, right? But I see so many relationships, so many couples where it's like, I ask the question in my head. I don't want to ask them in particular unless if I'm cool with them. But I want to know, what do you gain from being married? What is the benefit to doing it? Because a lot of times it's a detriment more than it is a benefit. Does that make sense? Do y'all see where I'm coming from? And a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, You're better off being a bachelor and a bachelorette. People need to take care of themselves first. You need to get to know yourself. Learn as much as you can about you. Because how are you going to take care of somebody else and some kids if you can't even take care of yourself? Like, you should be solid alone. You shouldn't need to be with somebody else, which that could be a different video in itself. People need to have relationships. I think I already talked about this before. But people need to get to know themselves, man. Because they're so unstable. They're so mentally all over the place and financially. And they want to hook up because they think, oh, this will make us better. And if we get married, we'll be even more better. More better, more gooder. They think that when in reality, the man is unstable, the woman's unstable. You get two unstable people together, that's twice the instability. That's a good word. It's like that's twice the hell, twice the chaos, twice the carnage, twice the... What's the word I'm thinking of? Anyway. Yeah. Anarchy. Twice the anarchy. And then the kids grow up like, what the? My parents are crazy. And the kids, let's say the kids ask, hey, mom and dad, why are y'all so crazy? Because when we were younger, we met each other when we were crazy and we never got our craziness under control, son. Oh, that makes sense. These kids are growing up in a crazy world. But this video's getting long. I just had to get this off my chest. Happy Sunday. Let's talk about this. All right, peace.